Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I'm really excited to show you inside of our brand new history unit, Rabbit Trails Through History, Native Americans. So before I get into it, I actually have a little story to tell you. So if you have used Rabbit Trails Through Literature before, some of these lessons may actually look familiar to you because they all come from our 5 Rabbit Trails Through Literature volumes. So my goal when I started those volumes and as I was going through it was to purposely have lessons that hit on each region of the United States and the Native Americans that are from those regions inside of those different units. And so we had the thought, why don't we compile this into one curriculum and to also have it be an actual history curriculum. So all of those were language arts lessons for the actual lesson portion and had the rabbit trail of these different regions in the United States. And so now it is all rewritten to be actual history curriculum. So some of it's going to have a little bit of overlap. So if you're doing any of those units, you're going to be able to double up and do language arts and history using that one lesson. But now all of them are compiled and we added an extra lesson as well. So there are some differences, there are some similarities, but it is all compiled together to have a complete Native Americans unit. So the different regions that you're going to be learning about inside of this, there are 6 lessons. And just like all of our curriculum, it is written to be done each lesson over 2 weeks. So it's about a 12-week curriculum, so it should take you about a semester to finish. So the 6 different lessons are on the Southwest region, the Plains, the Southeast region, the Northwest region, the Northeast region, and the Great Lakes. And so the Great Lakes lesson is our brand new lesson. It is not inside of any of those literature units. And there are some really cool other components that we added as well. So actually, I'm going to show you the books first. How about that? I was just about to open up the curriculum, but I really want to show you the books first because that's obviously where so much of this information is coming from, is inside of these awesome books. So there are actually 7 main books, and I'll show you why in just a second, but there's a main book to go with each lesson, plus a fun little extra. They are Arrow to the Sun, The Girl Who Loved Wild Horses, The First Strawberries, Raven, Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, Paddle to the Sea, and The Earth Under Sky Bear's Feet. So this actually goes with all of our copy work we have in the lessons, and this is poetry. So that's where you're going to find all of the different copy work is inside of this book with different Native American poetry. Written, of course, by Joseph Bruchac because his books are amazing. So now let me show you inside the curriculum. So I'm going to show you what a single lesson would look like. There is also a sample lesson on our website. So if you go down into the description, you can get this lesson I'm going to be going through. You can see the entire sample lesson to get an idea of, the nitty-gritty details because I'm just going to do a super fast run through it so you can see what it looks like very quickly. So in each lesson, we have our actual lesson portion. So this is going to be information about the different Native American tribes in that region. There is copy work. Like I said, that copy work's going to be coming out of this book. So it'll tell you which poems to look at there. There's also a Bible verse for copy work in every single lesson. And you can actually, if you want to, we do make scripture memory cards to go with those so that you can take that just a little bit further. This is what they look like. And you can print them full size like this. You can print them photo page like this. Or if you use our form on our website, you can get stuff printed at Homeschool Printing Company and they will expedite your printing process for you to make it all nice and beautiful. That's who printed all of this for me and they do a really fantastic job. So it has a Bible verse and then it has a little Bible lesson just to tie that verse into the lesson. And so kids are able to get a handle on how that verse ties into what they're learning about. There is a some fun page. This will be some type of hands-on activity. Then there is a rabbit trails page and a library list page. So these are more books about Native Americans in that region. There's also a video suggestion, from YouTube that you guys can go on. In the back of here is a QR code I'll show you in just a second that has all of our videos listed all in one place. So you don't have to try to type these in and try to find them. And then there is a more ideas page as well. And so it's exactly what it sounds like. It is more ideas to go further down that rabbit trail. So it could be an art study. It could be a compare and contrast. This also has building your own Pueblo house. Watch some more videos. This has information about code talkers from World War II. All of that is way more ideas to dig even deeper down that rabbit trail and just really learn about these different Native Americans that lived in the different regions. Like I said, there is a resource page on the back. Inside of this, there is a link to our book list. So you can get all those main books I showed you on our Amazon shop. You obviously don't have to get them there. You can get them from the library. You can get them from used bookstores, whatever. But if you're wanting to buy them all new, handy dandy, all there for you. You can just click right in and purchase them all on Amazon. We also have a middle grade book list. So this curriculum is written to be used for elementary or middle school because there are so many extension activities, and added our middle school book list. They can read chapter books along with this just to make it a little bit more age fitting for them. I've been using this for my kids that are both elementary and middle school age for years now, and it's been awesome to be able to do the same history together. I just assign those extra books to my middle schooler, and it makes it super age appropriate for them. Any other links you need are down here as well, so that you, again, don't have to go searching for them. They are hyperlinked in the PDF, or if they're printed off, you can obviously copy it down. And then this is our YouTube QR code. So all of the videos in those lessons are all going to be on this playlist for you. So you can just get into the playlist, save the playlist then, so you don't have to keep using the QR code over and over, and then you'll have access to that as well. You can also get the companion journal to go with this. We have companion journals for all of our units, and this is basically the equivalent to getting a workbook that you would get with the different curriculums, so that you can keep all of their work all in one place. So there's spaces for any notes that they want to take or pictures they want to draw about the lesson. There is spaces for that copy work for them to write down. Same with the Bible copy work here. There is a page to write down any interesting facts they learned from the video. There is a page for anything they learned in any of those rabbit trails books. And then there are pages for more ideas. And what is in these pages depends on what those more ideas are. So for the one, I believe for every lesson inside this, there is a map. So you can color in the region that you're learning about so that, you know, your children understand what states are involved in that. There is a Venn diagram for your comparing and contrasting. And this has places for you to write down as you're learning about the code talkers from World War II. So the different more ideas will have those pages that are necessary, and they're all going to look different for every lesson depending on what those more ideas are. But we made sure to put a place for all of those that need an actual page so that all of your work is all in one place, because before we had these, my kids' work was all over the place, literally falling onto the floor, falling out of folders and binders, or maybe we forgot to put it in there and then it was somewhere else and it was all lost. So this keeps it all in one place for you to keep it all neat and tidy, because if you're like me, you need as much organization as you can get. And these are super inexpensive, and you can print off as many as you need. So you only need to purchase one for your entire family, and then you can print off as many as you need. So I already showed you the scripture cards. We also have timeline cards as well. So you can get these to go with the unit, and it has a timeline card for the different regions, and some of them have a couple of different timeline cards for the regions depending on what tribes lived there during different times. And there are blank ones as well. So if you're wanting to add more, you can add them in using the blank cards and print off as many of those as you want. So let me make sure I have all the information I wanted to get to you guys. So like I said, there is a sample lesson. Go in and look at that. There is also a sample schedule. So I do not put a schedule in the curriculum, and I do that for a very important reason, because I don't want you to feel tied down to what our curriculum says to do, because you might be super interested in Native Americans of the Southwest, and you might want to spend longer learning about those. And I want you to do that. I don't want you to feel tied down to a specific schedule. But what our sample schedule shows you is how you can break this up to be done over 2 weeks if you were to homeschool 5 days a week. In our home, we don't do history 5 days a week. We do history 2 to 3 days a week, and we just do more activities all at once as opposed to doing small bits and pieces throughout the week. Do it however it works for your homeschool. It's super easy to plan. It's not super prep intensive. It's just simply choosing what you want to do on which day and making sure you have simple supplies. Like, I think that one lesson was paint and a pot to paint. Pick that up at your local Walmart, right? It's not anything too crazy because we live in a rural area and we pretty much only have Walmart. So everything that you can get is either going to be a super easy Amazon link or find it at Walmart. So it makes it super doable to where it makes it a little bit more open and go, even with those hands-on components. So I think that is it. So head over to the website, grab your sample lesson, take a look at the sample schedule, and this releases on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. So this will be up before it even releases. So make sure to hop on our website on the 25th. It will be on sale for just a couple days, and I'll have it on the banner at the top of the website so you can get that coupon code. So if you happen to see this video before or during those few sale days, I encourage you to grab it then when we have it on sale. So I think that is it. If you have any questions, absolutely put them down in the comments and I will be more than happy to get to them and answer them for you. But thanks for joining me, and I really hope that you guys love using this unit. It was really cool to see that kind of come full circle, going from those language arts lesson to becoming a full history lesson. So I'm really pumped to have you guys be able to do all of the Native American lessons together in one unit. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.